Hello! I haven't filmed an intro yet for this week, so here it is. My name is Casey. I am a consultant registered dietitian nutritionist, and I'm going to take you with me with my work week. I've done a few videos like this now. It's just kind of fun, kind of chatting about the different types of assignments I have since there's a lot of variety in the workload that I have. I go to a few different hospitals, inpatient psychiatric buildings. I did a group home dinner observation visit this week. Yeah, just a lot of different types of things to look at and talk about. So yeah, I just have a lot of fun kind of with the variety that comes with this job, and I hope that you enjoy coming along with me. I will have timestamps in the description that just kind of break up probably each day of the week. I don't think I'll break up any further, but just so you kind of know what to expect, just in case. But yeah, if you enjoy this, make sure to subscribe and comment and like and do all of the things, and let's go. Well, hello there. We're doing a little little outfit check. We're wearing a little spring vibe here, and then blazer and these. Wee wee. What? Okay, she is in a silly, goofy mood today. I have 3 things to do this Monday. Not mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, lundi. Why am I doing this? I haven't taken my crazy pills yet, my ADHD medication. Okay. I have 3 buildings to go to today. I had 4 things to cover today, but I actually checked in remotely with one of my hospitals last evening and had nothing due for today. So it's not on my radar. I am going to be going in tomorrow, thank goodness, because I did not have time for that actually. So what I do have is, like I said, 3. The first thing, I'm going to be going to a hospital, just like a regular schmegular hospital. And I'm actually meeting with another dietitian there that I'm going to start training, and just chatting with her about stuff and seeing the patients I need to see. I was kind of waiting on seeing if there was a meet time scheduled by HR because the new RD hasn't been like onboarded officially yet, but apparently she had not had something set up yet with HR. I texted her at 7 a.m. and it was like, hey girl, wait a minute, we didn't set anything up. And she's like, I know. And so we're meeting today, it'll be fine. Then I have my regular inpatient psychiatric hospital. I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm gonna film a little intro and we'll put it in front of this clip, okay? We'll do that in a sec. What? My inpatient psychiatric hospital, my main building, I have to go in and visit there. I won't have a ton of time because I also have another dinner observation for a group home today. So those are my 3 things. I've done group home dinner observations the last 2 weeks in a row. This will be my 3rd one in a row, and then I should be done until there's any new move-ins or if I get any new referrals until the later half of this year. So that's nice. Here's the dog. Look at her, she's very cute. She's cuddled up on the couch. I feel very bad because I'm about to have to make her get up and go outside and then lock her in the bedroom. But I've put a couple toys in there for her today. You'll enjoy those. A big ball thing that you like to crump. She doesn't play with toys very well, so we don't actually use that many toys, but she does have a couple that she might play with, so I put those in the bedroom for her today. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're gonna get going. Oh, she would like some more pets, actually. She's like, actually, now that you're here. Okay, bye. Hello, girly pops. What? Oh gosh, I put this on before my blazer. That took a while. It took a while, my guy. It is about 1:45 and I got here around 9. Yeah, that was a while. Okay, but that's fine. So what we did was, there is a lot more patients than I'm used to being on kind of the census agenda radar. A lot of them aren't due for an assessment until Wednesday, so my lips are dry. Oh, this pimple is making me so agitated. I think it's a hormonal breakout. I'm very upset about that. Ow, now my eyes are watering from picking at that. What am I doing? I'm hungry. Yeah, so future Casey's gonna hate me because we pushed a lot of assessments till Wednesday. Love that for me. Hopefully most of them have discharged by then. Would love that even more. There was kind of a mixed bag in terms of the assessments and types of patient and nutrition assessments that, am I saying the same words over and over? What's happening? It was just a lot of variety with the types of patients and nutrition concerns. For some reason, everyone was ordered a diabetic diet, which was weird. I don't know, that was just kind of weird. They weren't all diabetic, but a few of them were ordered that because of
the steroid medication they're put on, because that elevates blood sugar, or like contributes to elevated blood sugar. So everyone was on a diabetic diet. It was really fun and fresh. Most people were eating fine. We went and met with a ton of people. Not a lot of like extensive diet education was done, but we did like check in and make sure things are going well and see what kind of questions they might have and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I feel like overstimulated in my mind right now. It's like a loading screen because I haven't taken my second ADHD pills. I need to eat, I need to drink some water. And we just went through a ton of info. So yeah, I was kind of training her, showing her the flow of the workflow that I usually do here, and kind of explaining why and like how to find certain things and answering her questions along the way. And then she did navigate it a little bit on her own at the end. She doesn't have her own login access yet, but like I already had the note template written up basically, which she was part of like helping me do that. And like, because I was showing her the template, and oh god, I'm getting myself confused. But I did have her play around with the last assessment with like figuring out how to enter it herself. So that was good, because I know personally I don't learn things until I do them myself. So she should have login within the next 1 or 2 visits that she has. So that'll be good, because then we can maybe divide and conquer. That might be nice, especially if the census is as heavy as it was today. But yeah, that took a long time. I need to run off to my other building, my second of the day, my inpatient psychiatric hospital. Hopefully not a ton of work. I am curious because I'm unsure of like what my workload's going to look like tomorrow. I need to check in with some people to see if there's a building I may or may not be going to. I'm very confused about that, but we'll see. Because theoretically, I would like to get whatever's due done today and then come back tomorrow to finish up. I'm not sure if I'll need to do that or not. We'll see. Yeah, and I need to see how long of a drive it is to my group home for the dinner observation tonight, because I have to get there. Oh, I'm not gonna have very long. Oh, golly. Because I like to get to the dinner observation around 4:30, because sometimes they eat pretty early and I don't want to miss dinner time. I've missed a couple dinner times in the past, and I'm like, we're getting there at an obnoxious time for what is considered dinner time. Because I eat at 6, but like they usually eat in the 5-ish range. So I try to get there at 4:30, knowing that I'm kind of a chronically late person. So 4:30, I should get there before dinner time. But it's like quite a drive between places. Like I said, it's almost 2 already. I'm gonna have less than 2 hours at my next place, because it's at least a half-hour drive between that building and the next one. And I'm not getting to that building until around 2:15 now. So I'm gonna have less than an hour probably, or less, I don't know. I'm word vomiting right now, but yeah, okay, we gotta get going. I'll chat with you in a bit. Is it really still Monday right now? That's crazy. Okay, so I just got to my final destination of the day, my dinner observation, and can you believe I'm on time? I can't believe. I'm never on time to anything, so this is odd. But I had like no time at my previous location, my inpatient psychiatric building with mostly children. I had like no time. I had 0 amount of time. It was really bad. So I didn't see any of my patients, but here is the good news. I don't have to go to one of the places I usually would go tomorrow. So I filed all of my assessments, my clinical reviews, and tomorrow morning I will go in to like complete everything. And theoretically, I could not go there the rest of the week after that, because the way it works, to set the schedule for like when dietitian visits for our contract buildings are, it's based on like consult, referral, timeline, like how long we have to assess a patient from the time they admit or the time that they have a consult referral request made. So for this building, I forgot why I'm talking about this. We get 72 hours. Oh, that's why. Okay. We get 72 hours from the time that a request is made and before like the assessment is due. Theoretically, I could go in tomorrow and then another dietitian is going in on Friday. So theoretically, I could make that my only other visit to that building this week. I'm not sure how that's going to go yet. I don't know if I'm going to want to play it quite that way, but we'll see. But yeah, I just did a bunch of assessments. If there was an abnormal BMI that triggers for an assessment, and if there were any food allergies, I reviewed them to make sure everyone knew about them. But nothing was like urgent, so that's good. But I did like really rush through everything, so I need to make it all up tomorrow, which is fine. Because I don't have to go to a place that I thought I was gonna have to go to. We'll chat more about that later, I'm sure. But yeah, now I'm here at one of my group homes to do a dinner observation. I don't remember these people. I'm looking at my note because the last time I was here was October. I forgot how months and numbers worked for a second. That was weird. So like I have no recollection of any of this. I don't remember. I'm sure once I go in there I'll see these faces. I'm like, oh, it's you. Like I remember you. But right now I'm like, who are these people? So let's see. I think a lot of them are interested in healthy diet for weight loss. It looks like I gave some education at my last visit and provided handouts later on. But yeah, whenever I go in, basically I'm gonna chat with anyone that wants to talk to me or anyone that the staff at the building, at this home, tells me I should go talk to. I will observe the dinner time to make sure everyone is safe, see like how they're portioning their meals, if it's following the menu that's been provided, if sanitary practices are being followed, how well people are eating, if they need alternative items or if they refused the dinner, are they getting a different alternative later on in the day or something, like just checking it all out, and then doing a sanitation inspection of the kitchen to make sure everything's clean and organized and great. And I do also get some like clinical information, like if there's been any changes to their medical status. They also take weights for these people once a month, so I'll try to get some information on that to see how their weight is looking, if it's trending up or down. I was just seeing that this like bus was parking. Oh my gosh, I almost got here when none of the clients were here. That would have been goofy. Okay, that's funny. They're here now. So yeah, I think I've said all I need to say for now. But yeah, I'm gonna go follow them on inside. I think I already have my keys and stuff in my pocket because I don't like bringing bags and stuff into the homes just because there's not a good place to put my stuff. Okay, I have my keys. Got my name tag, got my papers. Let go. And I need to, I think before I get out of the car, I'm gonna check to see what dinner for me is gonna be nearby. Cause I've talked about this in the past, but basically this is a far ways away from my house. So it'll be about dinner time when, oh, I do remember these people. Someone's looking at me from getting out of the bus. What? This is far away and okay, they're like staring at me. I should probably get out. Nah, it's fine. They moved on. I'll get out in a second. I'm losing the plot. It's far away from my house. It'll be dinner time by the time I'm leaving. So I like to find fast food in this area because there's more fast food options than where I live. My favorite is Raising Cane's, but I don't know if I'm craving that yet. So we'll see. To be determined. The dinner situation to be determined. Maybe I'll search that while I'm in the home whenever there's a lull, because there's not always something constantly for me to be reviewing. So anyway, okay, toodles, I will follow up with you after this visit. If I remember, I'm sure I'll remember. We'll see. Salut, bonjour, à bientôt et bonsoir, à plus tard, à demain, à toutes les revoir. Don't know why I did that. I do, but we don't need to talk about it. Okay, so I just wrapped up my day. My pimple is really giving me grief. It's like so prominent and it hurts. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is it happening? I'm a mess. I'm a loser. I'm a mess. I'm a loser. I'm a blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Got my fave. Freaking love Raising Cane's. Got my fave. That house wore me out a little bit. Let's be honest. So I don't know how much context I gave before I went. I've talked about it in previous videos, but this is kind of an unusual work assignment essentially. So most of my contracts, the places I go, are like hospitals that I'm regularly going to, right? This is a group home and I only do semi-annual visits for them. There is like 4 different actual homes that all are part of the same program, which is why I've been doing many visits not back to back, but week after week. Let me get the food out because I'm starving. I'm not gonna eat on camera, but I will show you. Obviously, I got some Raising Cane's, obviously. And I mean, Raising Cane's, all they have on their menu is chicken strips and fries and bread. So I've gotten, oh, they didn't give me very many fries. chicken strips, fries, and bread. That's what I got because that's what they got. So that's what I got. Oh gosh, it's been one of those days, hasn't it? Love it. I love it so much. Let's see, what do I need to tell you? This home, it's unusual because I go in to do the dinner observation. I kind of gave you a brief overview of like what I was expecting to walk into and do, and that is what I did. But this home has a lot of residents, like the clients that live there, more so I feel like than the rest, or there's just like a lot more personality in this house. I was a little bit overstimulated and I had a lot of like conversations with them one-on-one, especially like I think the main concern in the home is weight maintenance, because there's some of them that continue expressing that they want to lose weight or they have goals that align with weight loss. And so like that was kind of my main conversation I was having with these people. I feel like I recommended like half of them, because I feel like I only had one-on-one in-depth conversations with about half of them, but I feel like I recommended the same thing over and over and over, which they all, I think, just recently went to like a grocery store or something and they all had soda with them, so I think that's why. But I was recommending all of them to switch over to zero sugar soda or diet soda. This is a Coke Zero I've got with me right now. We try in my house to always pick sugar-free options when we do soda, and actually I have a Soda Stream and that's what we usually drink soft drink wise, but we always do zero sugar soft drinks on our Soda Stream. That's a lot of S's. So I was giving that advice a lot because it's like an easy swap for them to make to quickly cut down the calories and sugar. I feel like I remembered hearing one of the staff in the house say something about like diet soda still having a lot of calories, and I feel like I still haven't circled back to that in my mind because I'm like, what is she talking about? There's 0 calories in there. My watch wants me to stand up, but I'm not going to because I'm about to go on an hour drive to go home. So that's not going to happen, watch. I'm so sorry. Oh, golly gee. So yeah, I was doing a lot of like weight loss education. That was like one of the easy things that I feel like I said over and over and over and over again. But they all kind of have like their own little things, like the own perspectives and the own thing, like things that would be most beneficial for them. So yeah, I mean, one of them it was kind of the same conversation I had with the person 6 months ago about they report that they have a lot of junk food, their words, not mine, and they want to eat less of that. They're drinking a lot of soft drinks and they want to be doing less of that. They snack a lot. They're having a lot of meals, like a lot of excessive portion sizes at meals, and they're snacking a lot in between. They don't want to be doing that, but they continue doing it. And I'm like, yes, I know it's so much easier said than done, but like we're at a roadblock somewhere. So I try to set some specific goals with her of like, what are the things that you want to focus on? And her goals were good, but they were a little vague. So I was trying to narrow down even more so she would find something very specific. I like the idea of like a SMART goal. I forget what this all stands for, but it's just the best way to frame a goal. So it's something that is very specific and something you're actually going to be able to track and monitor your progress on. So I was trying to like lead her into SMART goals, but I don't think we 100% got there, but I did help her as much as I could. But SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, I think. And then how do you spell SMART? Realistic or something like that. But realistic and attainable are the same. Not really the same, but okay, I'm probably wrong. I'll have some sort of like acronym on the screen, a little description, and then T is time bound, I'm pretty sure. So instead of like, one of her goals was avoiding fast food, I was like, yes, this is a good idea, but like, first of all, like why, like how are we gonna make that change? I know it's probably out of convenience and like craving, so like can we do some sort of alternative at home, blah blah blah. So I was like trying to like, how are we actually gonna do that? But also like, how often are you doing it now? Can we maybe cut it down to like half of the frequency you're already doing? So like I was trying to lead her into some SMART goals. We didn't quite get there, but it's fine. It's fine. We tried. We did our best. I observed the meal. There was a minor issue in terms of that. It's not that they weren't following the menu as instructed. It was just that they weren't able to prepare that food in time, so they had to use an alternative. And apparently that's not like a recurring issue, but apparently they're going through a lot of managerial like changes. So some things aren't 100% set up and organized and communicated the way they're supposed to be. Like I asked the staff that were around about like temperature logs for their fridges and freezers. You're supposed to monitor that and write down what the temperatures of the fridge and freezer are once a day. And whenever I ask that, they're like temp logs. So we're gonna set that back up. That's gonna come back into the picture. They have been doing it, but I think for April so far they haven't had that set up because of some of these changes. But it is only the 7th, so that's not like the worst thing in the entire world. It is the 7th, right? I actually don't know that for sure. I think it's the 7th. Yikes. So like those were like kind of the main things that I did, but it did seem like it took a while. Again, like some of those longer in-depth one-on-one conversations, so that kind of stretched the time a little bit. But I do need to write up my report on that and then send it to the appropriate people. I also was talking with one of the nurse that was there for my visit, and it sounds like my list of like staff is probably not current, so I need to request an updated like who's in charge of what, who should I be sending these summaries to, because I send slightly different people lists for each of the homes, and I don't know if that's accurate. So I want to kind of follow up on that, but I do need to write up that summary. I'm not going to do that tonight. We're going to chill tonight. But if I have time, I'll do it tomorrow. I want to get it done as soon as possible, but absolute latest is Friday. But I will want to get that done tomorrow. That's the goal. So yeah, we're going to head home. I'm going to eat my snack. This is a meal, Casey. We're going to have my meal, and I'm going to go home, and I'm probably going to cuddle up with my book. I put some screenshots on the screen last time I was talking about my work thing because I deterred into talking about books. We'll do that again. I am so motivated to freaking finish this because I'm leaving. We'll talk about it more later in the week, but I'm going out of town. I'm going to Florida. We're leaving on Friday, and I'm in the middle of a like 1,000 page freaking book, and I can't bring that with me. It's simply too much. I could start reading it on my Kindle, but then I'd have to buy it on Kindle or something. But I'm like within 100 to 200 pages from the end. So what is this book called? Day of Fallen Night, I believe. It's a fantasy prequel to something I really loved that I read in the last 2 years called Priory of the Orange Tree. It's so freaking good. Yeah, I'm just really excited to go home and sit on my couch, light my candle, turn on my lamp, maybe put on some ambiance on the television, maybe some sort of like nature sounds, maybe like ducks or something if Kyla, my dog, is in the room with me, even though she won't pay attention. She'll pay attention for a few minutes if it's an animal she likes to watch, and then she won't care. And yeah, just read my book, and I would love to finish it tonight. I don't know if that's possible or realistic, but that's the plan for tonight. Okay, and then I will chat with you. This wind is crazy, my guy. I will chat with you later. Tomorrow, in fact, not later. Tomorrow is in like 12 hours from now. More than 12, but yeah. Okay, bye. She's awaiting her treat as I leave, but first things first, you can wait just 2 seconds, okay? We'll do an outfit check. I don't know how we're gonna feel about these outfit checks, but yeah, I mean, I don't wear anything that exciting and fun and whatever for work, but this is what I'm wearing today. Just, oh my god, I wore kind of a shirt like this yesterday. Like, I have them grouped together, like very spring vibes. Hold on, I think it's still in the laundry. Oh. Hi. You're so cute. Yeah, like for some reason I have these together in my mind. I don't know. Sorry, why is my finger? Okay. I don't know. But yeah, kind of similar vibes. What do you think, Kyla? Okay. We have many thoughts. But yeah, then just a cardigan, because I'm going to a building that gets, like, the temperature fluctuates a ton, so I like to wear layers for sure. So I'll probably be taking this off because I'll be sweltering at some point. These pants I got, oh my god, she's so rude. Do you see this right now? I'm being attacked. I am being attacked. Oh, what? She doesn't even like coming into this closet, so this is odd, honestly. These pants, I have a ton of pants. Like I have this in blue, I have it in brown, I have it in like this tan color, or wait, maybe this is that tan color. I have it in gray. They used to be like too small. Hello? They used to be too small for me, but I feel like it's kind of sliding down my waist right now. Like the waist used to be too small. Obviously, it's a loose fitting pant. I'm gonna go because she is not gonna be able to wait for this treat. Wow, why is it chopped off here? That's weird. Any longer. I'm gonna get this. Okay, I guess we'll chat in the car once I get to work. We'll chat. Hello. I am here. Okay, so what do we got going on today? Today is usually, okay, so it's Tuesday. I don't think I said that yet. It's Tuesday. So this is usually my kind of like group session nutrition class day. What? I forgot how to speak English. I don't know why I'm feeling so like subdued all of a sudden. Hold on, let me like get it together. Yeah, usually I go to 2 different inpatient psychiatric hospitals. The first one is pretty far from my house. The second one is pretty close. I have a group session in the morning, a group session in the afternoon. But place number 1, the place in the morning, I don't have to go to because the person I'm splitting that building with is actually going there this evening and meeting actually our boss. They hadn't met yet because our job is weird, dude. So she's just meeting her. She's not like in trouble, she's just meeting her. So I don't need to go there today, which is great because I didn't get anything freaking done here yesterday. This was my midday stop yesterday, and there's always a lot of work to do here, and I did not do all of the work I needed to do. So today I'm catching up. We're playing catch up. I do have to leave at a certain time to get to my second place for that group session. And yeah, I'm a little unsure because technically I could be done with this building for the week after today's visit. I think I explained the 72-hour thing yesterday, so I won't repeat that. But basically, another person is coming in on Friday, so this could be my last visit. But I may plan on coming tomorrow anyway, because I usually come on Wednesdays, you know? So we'll see how it goes. I'm not really sure. I haven't made a definitive decision quite yet, so I don't know. But anyway, why am I like dead? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? I'm gonna go. Oh wait, I didn't tell you. I finished that book last night. I told you I was gonna cuddle up with that book and I want to finish it in the next couple days. I finished it. So that was really exciting. But now I'm like at a loss because I was it was like right before bedtime. I had like 15 minutes before I would usually get ready for bed. But I was like trying to think about my next read on my bookshelf. And I was trying to like do the math because I'm like, okay, so I have Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night to read this book. I don't want to leave a book here for when I'm out of town in Florida. So it needs to be something I could realistically finish within 3 sittings. So I'm kind of thinking 300-ish pages. I don't really have a clue how fast I read. And it definitely depends on which book. Like this book I just finished last night definitely took longer just because it was a little bit more dense, like fantasy, whereas like something like a fluffy YA like romance or something like that I would breeze through. So it's kind of, I don't know, 300-ish pages is just kind of what I randomly came up with. I do have a library checkout, but I just checked and I think it's like almost 600 pages, which is weird because it does not look like it's that big, but it is kind of an easy reading style. So I don't know, I might think about doing that. And also I can bring stuff to my Florida trip. I just planned on only taking my Kindle. So yeah, that's kind of what happened last night. I finished the book, I loved it, and then I kind of was staring at my bookshelf like, what else should I read? And then I got stressed and stuck and I quit. And then I went to bed. So yeah, I don't know. Why am I so tired? Oh my god. I don't know. I think that's all for now. I'll let you know how work goes today, if there's anything fun to discuss, any new fresh discussions or tasks that I don't feel like I talked about a million times already. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm stalling. I'm rambling. Bye.
Hi. My hands are very full. I just wrapped up. I almost walked to the wrong car just now. That was embarrassing. I left with just enough time to go to my next thing. Why am I doing this with one hand? Half a hand, really. I'm back. Left with just enough time to get to my next place with a little bit of time to spare before my group session, so that's good. I sadly didn't get the things done I wanted to get done today. It went not quite according to plan because we had a joint commission visit, which is like a regulatory agency to come and like review, make sure everything is looking good, check our policies, check, you know, the whole hospital, meet with different staff, etc. So I had some like paperwork things to do to make sure everything was correct, and I had to like meet with some staff to like review the things that were observed, etc., etc. So things went wild. And also, I think related to this visit, none of the patients' charts were available, and I've described this building in the past as the paper charting building. So that means that, I mean, in most like healthcare facilities, there's
something called an EMR, which is an electronic medical record where all of the like patient information and everything is stored and entered and all of that. And they do have something like that, but they primarily use like printed out things. Printed out. So I hate that for me. That's like the worst part about the whole thing. Like my least favorite part. So for anything to get done, I need to be able to look at these physical charts and like flip through them for the different sections and everything. And in order to like put in my assessments and my work into it, I need to do that as well, like access the chart to put it in the right place. So I couldn't really get most of my like regular stuff done. And that's very sad because I was kind of ambitiously hoping that I would be able to resolve all the things that I did yesterday where I didn't get to meet with some of the patients, but I like reviewed them. I was hoping to like double check on all that, but now I wasn't able to. And I had kind of a limited deadline again because of the next visit I have, this one that we're leaving for now. So I kind of did like a half amount of work again in regards to like my usual workload, so that's a little bit upsetting. So I'm coming back again tomorrow. Usually I only have been coming on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I'm gonna go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, so that's fun. So yeah, let's see. So I think the main like nutrition related thing that I was able to look at was our long-term residents. Okay, so there's a couple different units in this hospital, and one of them is like our resident unit. Oh my god, I'm saying the same words over and over, but like the kids that stay here for an extended amount of time, because usually the length of stay is like less than a week ish, give or take. But the kids who stay here for months for like long-term support and care, we have different things that we do with them. So I have a list that gets posted in a few different locations for like any nutrition interventions ordered, just for ease of access and like for everyone to be on the same page for like who gets what, like next to the fridges and stuff, who gets soy milk as needed, who gets the nutrition drink supplements as needed, that kind of stuff. So I updated the listing on all of that because that was a little bit out of date. So I fixed that up, and I actually went through and I reviewed all of their monthly weights. So they get weighed the first and third week of every month, and I review the first week of every month. So I was able to go in and check all of those weights and run a report that kind of checks for like any significant weight changes that they had over the last month or since they admitted. And honestly, since they're kids, a lot of them get flagged for having significant weight gains since they admit, which is, it's hard to interpret because yes, they're supposed to be gaining weight anyway, they are children. So sometimes I have to review that with a little bit more fine-tooth comb to like see like, is it actually just a normal growth rate? Is it something that's significant? Like, how's this overall trend looking? Was something entered in accurately? So I ran that report, and then after that I go in and individually kind of further review each person, and I've started my work on that. But right now there was nothing that like jumped out at me like, oh, I really need to check out what's going on with this person. So like everything was kind of anticipated and stable for the most part, so I'm not super worried, but I do need to go through and do a little bit more work on that. And that's kind of the only like nutrition-y thing. Yeah, I feel like I don't even know where the rest of the day went. The good thing is so far with the regulatory visit, the only thing that's been like kind of pointed out to kitchen so far, because I wasn't physically here yet when they walked through the kitchen, but I came in shortly and we chatted and everything. So the only thing that has came up so far is something that we've already been looking at and trying to address, and we're planning to have a meeting to discuss. So like that was a big relief, and it's like not a real issue. So it's regarding a temp log we have. Whenever they run the dishwasher, they have to log 2 different temperatures. There's a rinse cycle, like a wash cycle and a rinse cycle, and they have to hit different temperature thresholds. And our dishwasher works correctly, but sometimes it doesn't get a chance to warm up or get to that actual temp level that we're actually looking for when the staff goes and records it. So like they're recording it a little bit too early. It's not actually not working. They're just not putting the right information on the like form to log it. Again, this is something we're already aware of and like we're addressing. We just haven't had a formal meeting for it yet. So thankfully it was already on our radar. It was good that we didn't have anything new come up because now we can already kind of prove that we're taking care of that because we were already going to. So that was good. Again, like it's not a real issue because the dishwasher works. We run it and like we log it 3 times a day after each meal, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and log it, the temps for that. And it's always fine at some point in the day, but some staff are just like writing it too early before it actually gets up to that temperature that it's supposed to get to, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just an education thing we need to go over with staff. There's not like an actual problem. There's not actual problems that we need to address. It's just like education. But yeah, okay, I'm on to my next thing. Oh my gosh, I got a compliment on my outfit. You saw my outfit earlier. So that was nice. I like blue. Blue's a good color for me. I really am feeling like, though, I think I said this earlier, this pair of pants, I have several pants like this in different colors, and I swear when I ordered them, they were like too small for me, but I've had to like pull up the waist a million times today. I don't know. I lost weight at some point. I was sick for like all of freaking February. It was the worst. And I only lost like, I don't know, between 3 and 5 pounds, but I swear like it has made a difference with the way my clothes are fitting. And I thought that I hadn't changed my habits, so I thought I would just gain the weight back because, I mean, I want to do certain things like being a little bit more careful with my diet. I've been having a lot of sweets lately. I really need to cut down on that. Again, I'm like I was just on my period, which is why we got this pimple. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe my view is a little bit skewed because lately I've had a sweet tooth. I don't know. But also, like, I'm not being as active as I would like to be. I was kind of hoping I'd start running with my dog for our first walk of the day by now, weather-wise, but, like, I just haven't had the motivation to really do that. So I thought I was gonna just, like, naturally gain some of that weight back, but I checked recently again, and I'm still at that lower weight, and I'm like, this is the weirdest. So, I mean, I'm not mad about it, because I kind of, like, had a passive desire for weight loss. I don't really care that much. I'm happy with where things are, but, like, yeah, all of my small pants are kind of falling off of me and it's kind of making me crazy. But I don't know. Maybe that means I can go on a shopping spree. That would be super fun. Okay, I should probably leave so I can actually get to my next thing on time. Yes, yes. Oh, and I know I have a million emails about the menu thing. Oh, we haven't talked about that yet in this week's video, but there's a whole bunch of menu nonsense that we need to talk about. I'm sure I'll have more info for you after this visit. Golly gee. Golly gee. Okay, toodles, talk to you later. Well, hello there. What is today? Wednesday? It's Wednesday, my dudes. This is what we're wearing today. I wanted to say peplum top. I have no idea if that's the right word. I don't know, but she's cute. She's cute or whatever. I have a little cardigan on top, and then I was gonna wear these shoes, and then I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, girl, no, we're not wearing those shoes. So I will be switching to my other slide-ons. I don't know. I have like tan boots that I usually would wear, but I'm just like not in the mood to wear boots. So this isn't perfect, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Okay. Okay. I gotta go give this dog a treat. I gotta give this. Oh, wow. I gotta give her a treat-o. I have one in my pocket. She knows. Yeah. I gotta get my coffee first though, and then I will give it to you on my way out. Does that sound agreeable? Is it agreeable to you? Good girl. She's so good. Okay, we'll chat in a minute. Not you and me, because I'm leaving, but you and me. Hello. Oh my god. Hello again, I guess. We already said hi today. I've just arrived here. I'm at work. So what do we have on the agenda today? I know I didn't, like, chat with you at the end of my day yesterday, so we'll recap that. But today what I have going on is, first I have my like main building, the paper charting inpatient psych with children building. I've just been wildly behind on work stuff well, honestly for weeks, but like this week I've been trying to stay on top of it. So I am here for the 3rd day in a row. I usually only come Monday, Wednesday, and it used to be also Friday, but now another dietitian has been doing Fridays. So I only have been here twice a week for a while, but this is my 3rd day in a row. So that's cool. That's really fun and fresh. And I do anticipate doing some remote work tomorrow as well for this place. So that's really great. It's just a full work week. It is a little bit wonky right now because they have joint commission here. I'm in the middle of some major projects. We are kind of overhauling the policies, which unfortunate timing since Joint Commission is literally here now, and I assume that part of it is them looking into the policies, but yeah, we're working on them. I don't know. Like, a lot of it, the work has been done. It's just kind of like a lot of the food service-y related stuff hasn't been completed, and my brain's like going completely blank right now. What's going on? And I want to make sure I review the ones once they are approved and finalized, because I can't see because it's still in process. We aren't the only people to do it. It has to go through some other measures before it's like published. So I need to see once it is published, what else might need tweaking. So that's one of the major projects. I also have a bunch of menu related stuff going on here and so many little finer details with that. And then I did just do a monthly weight review for our longer term residents because they get weighed twice a month, but I review to see I think I've already talked about this, so I won't harp on this, but I review to see if there's been any significant changes or like if they're at risk for any reason. And then I also like to, well, I do go through and individualize, I go through and like assess each of the individuals on the long-term resident unit to review like if they're ordered any dietary interventions, like is it still appropriate, have there been any changes with them, do they need anything at all. So like I have that going on too, plus just like normal workload stuff. So yeah, I have this place to go to, and then I have a hospital to go to, which I went to on Monday morning. It was my first stop on Monday. I will be going there later today and then also on Friday. So this is just like a regular hospital where inpatient unit as well. People usually, I feel like most of the patients have been recovering from like knee or hip surgery or something like that, or like they have diverticulitis. Like it's like a very like hospital-y hospital. So I go there later today, and I brought some papers with me because I need to review some things. I feel very overwhelmed. We'll chat more about that later. But for here, I brought so much nonsense because I have so many papers here. So let's see what I even freaking have. Oh my god. So this is actually just nonsense notes that I've got. Just random papers. I'm going to slide them in here. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'll show you this because this is kind of cute. Okay, let me like turn that around because those notes are weird. But look at like, instead of like paper clips, due to like safety risk, actually I don't know if these are allowed on the unit necessarily either, but due to like safety risk, since they're like pointy and could be used for harm, they have little plastic ones instead, and I'm obsessed with these. But I accidentally like hoarded a bunch of them and took them home with me, so I'm gonna try to put that back in my desk area here. Don't know. I have some like random forms that I needed to look at. I have no idea. I think they were related to some policy stuff I was looking into. Couldn't tell you for sure now. I'll stick that in here. I don't even know if this is the most current one, but the menu cycle for spring summer menu, because we've been kind of working on that. I'm getting a text or something. Oh, I'm getting a Snapchat actually. Oh, my tummy kind of feels funny right now. What's going on? I don't know if it's anxiety or if it's like actually my stomach feels funny. I don't know. Oh my god, this is more menu notes. What the heck? I didn't even look at this. I just like looked in my work bag and saw all of the, oh my god, and more menu. Okay, something that I have is not updated for sure, because this is just more printouts of the menu. Girl, what is going on? Some of this might honestly be the like fall winter menu. Okay, we're gonna put all that together. I don't know. And then like form stuff. Oh my god, there's more menu stuff in here. Look at this. What's happening? I'm unorganized. Oh god. Okay, so I'm gonna put all of that in one side. And then I have some of the policy stuff that were more food service adjacent that I haven't been able to like fine-tooth review. So I'm gonna keep these together in the other pocket of this little folder. And then I have like random notes on here that I know was me like trying to organize disaster menu stuff for these policies. I don't know if I'm making any sense. And then I really want to look at this form. I forget if I've shown you this before, but essentially whenever any patient admits at this hospital, I just want to update this because I don't think it's very useful right now. It's the dietary communication form. So this is intended, based on what I've been able to review, this is intended to tell the kitchen department of the diet orders for each admission. So they're aware of any like allergies, if they're on a specific diet order, if they have any dietary needs. There's a section here to like discuss their preferences with food, like their likes and dislikes, and stuff like that. So that's what the intention for this form is, but it has turned into a way to notify me, the dietitian, of them, so that I can screen them to see if they need an assessment. So that's not how it's supposed to be used. That is how it's been getting used. So I'm trying to update this so it can, and I've discussed this with so much staff here over and over and over, but I think it needs some tweaking to kind of reflect what is actually going to be helpful for communicating with kitchen and like meet all the criteria that the policies that we already have had written for like 20 years say that this form is supposed to have, that maybe doesn't quite align. So I want to make some notes on this and suggest improvements to it. So yeah, because ideally they have a binder on the kitchen floor. So there's a couple ways that we kind of can monitor the diet orders. There's an electronic system that they can review as needed, and it's posted. It's like they have a screen in the kitchen so they can check it all the time, but it does, like, you need to like refresh it manually, I feel like, so it's kind of weird, and it isn't being optimally used either, so like that's a problem. And also, like, it's a little bit clunky because like sections where things get typed out, like with the food allergies, it combines the food allergies and drug allergies and any other allergies, but like the space that you can view on the kitchen's screen is limited. So if they're listing like environmental allergens, and sorry, I was just getting a call, I don't know if that interrupted this. I need to pick up my pharmacy. I need to go to the pharmacy today. I've been procrastinating. That's probably what that was. I just lost the plot entirely. Oh, they have a binder to, oh, okay, the screen. If they list other allergies before the food allergies, the kitchen can't see it on the screen. So it's like not very helpful in that way. So I would like to see if that can be improved too. But they have a binder that is updated by mostly me, but other staff can update it too, that has like printouts for anyone that's not just on a regular diet with no interventions or anything. So if they have any allergies, any additional interventions or orders, or on a special diet of any kind, they have a slip in their binder. So ideally this would be the form that's in there, but it's not the form that's actually being put in there. It doesn't super matter because it's not like regulated that it has to be a specific thing, but I feel like this, once we improve it, could be a perfect fit for that. So, okay, we're just rambling. I need to go and start working. But yeah, so this I need to bring in with me. We will talk about what I have for the hospital later because I have another thing for the hospital. Oh, golly gee. So yesterday, let's recap yesterday. What did I do? So I went to my inpatient psych. I didn't officially, like, I did a group, but I didn't like really do a group. A lot of the patients, first of all, were asleep. I've already kind of talked about, I feel like it's always nap time when I arrive, no matter what. So like half of them were asleep. The other half, I already knew those patients basically, or they were recently admitted and already had education or something like that for me. There was only one person that I was like, this person really would benefit from like reinforcement. I had chatted with her on Friday. I will link, I think I'll just link my playlist of like the videos like this where I chat about work stuff. But the most recent video I posted, it was towards the end of the week, so it's towards the end of the video, but there was a patient that was just such a bizarre situation, and she was not very appropriate for education at the time. I did meet with her and try to clarify some things and try to start seeing how she would do with education. Didn't go well. She was the one I was most worried about and wanted to chat with today, but not today, yesterday. I'm confused. But the staff basically told me, like, do not even bother like trying to talk to her. Like, she wasn't any better, and she was kind of not combative, but she was very agitated and cussing out staff constantly, so I had to kind of avoid her. So I kind of went and tried to offer one-on-one education, the same topics I would talk about in my group, and I logged it because no matter what, whenever I do a group, I have to enter a note about it. So I entered a group note for everybody, even though it was like a one-on-one education situation. So a lot of them I was able to chat with. Most of them were asleep. I did avoid that one person. So I don't know. There wasn't really anything like interesting nutrition-wise other than that specific person, but like I couldn't really chat with them. There wasn't really any significant change. Hello? I could have sworn my phone just made a weird sound, but I might be hallucinating. I don't know. Yeah, some of the things she had going on is maybe she's lactose intolerant. Again, watch that video for more details. I'm sure I talked more about it. I have no idea if she's actually lactose intolerant or has an allergy, or maybe is fine with all dairy regardless. We don't know. I couldn't clarify that any further, but they're still honoring a lactose intolerant thing. That's what her diet on their bedboard thing says. And she is diabetic. I reviewed like her blood sugars and stuff like that, and that was what I was mostly trying to give her education for on Friday. But her blood sugars were a little bit varied, but they aren't tracking it super consistently, so I'm gonna keep watching that and then hopefully keep trying to meet with her later on. But yeah, that was kind of all I did. I did also follow up on menu stuff. We're kind of tweaking the menu to move towards a 1-week menu cycle with some always available alternative options. And we've had a meeting about it. I've drafted up, I think it was just last week, I drafted up the proposal for a 1-week menu cycle, and there was some feedback back and forth. So I wanted to try to finalize that. I met with the one person that hadn't really given input into our email chain. She was there yesterday, so I chatted with her briefly. She's so crazy. She's so funny. We'll chat more about her when I get to updating the menu again, but just to chat about the things that she was saying, because she's so funny. I chatted with her for a while. It was kind of inconclusive. She did not have like very specific things to say, but I took her printout of what the draft we had most recently had agreed on with her handwritten notes on them, and as I was driving home she called me which is unusual. It's fine, but it was unusual because I'm like, literally I just left the building like 5 minutes ago, and she's calling me and she's like, can you write down this one vegetable? I think it would be a great idea, because that was like the main issue. She wasn't satisfied with a lot of the side dishes, especially the vegetable dishes. There's some limitations on the like what they're able to prepare and serve and stuff like that. Again, we can talk more about that later, but it was funny because the thing, she was like, can you write this down? It was something I said while I was talking to her like 5 times, and she did not care at all about it. But then she calls me, she's like, this is such a great idea, you should write this down. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? But I did, so it was just funny. So that's kind of all we did yesterday. I still have pending homework projects. The main thing is I have that group home visit I did on Monday, the dinner observation. I need to write up those notes. Time is just like flying by this week so far, so I may have to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm at home. I don't have any buildings I have to go into, unless today here goes horribly wrong, in which case potentially I have to come back again, or like maybe the thing I'm going to later I would have to push till tomorrow. I hope not, but like I should be remote tomorrow, and that's when I will probably do some of these like little admin things like the menu thing and writing up those notes. So I need to go in there. I got a text an hour ago that I totally missed that apparently HR wants to see me. Okay, so HR is kind of, oh God, my supervisor here. And I did expect that she would want to chat with me because I talked with her yesterday and we weren't sure what else Joint Commission might need in regards to me and my role. So she said that she would follow up with me. So it sounds like there were some things she had thought of or found out. So I will be meeting with her. Okay. Hopefully I see you soon. Hi. So I am heading to my next spot. I actually haven't eaten lunch yet, and it's very late to not having yet eaten lunch. Am I speaking English? I'm feeling good. I feel like I caught up on a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like I didn't do that much, but I do feel like I'm not feeling anxious as much about this building now. Like, I feel like I've resolved a lot of my lingering tasks. So I didn't have any nutrition consult requests today. So I just kind of made sure that I went through and filed everything, because last time I was, well, 2 times ago, I think I was so quick in and out that I didn't really do anything. And then last time I was here yesterday, all of the charts that I needed were hiding because Joint Commission was reviewing them. So I made sure everything was like filed and everything today. I made sure Kitchen was aware of the food allergy situation. Just, I like to make sure that everything is actually current and updated and documented correctly. I did sit down with the kitchen manager and knocked out almost all of the dietary policies that I haven't done yet, we haven't done yet. And then there's only a few things left. Like, I think I literally left less than a dozen things for her to review. And I had my notes because she left earlier than I did today. I'm fine if she just goes in and updates or like approves them and we go back later. Like, that's fine with me because they're all very food service adjacent. But like, most of them are dietary disaster plans. Like, there's so many dietary disaster plan policies that I feel like we could definitely consolidate and make like just 1 or 2 policies that discuss disaster situations and emergency menu supply stuff. But I didn't have a formalized like suggestion for that yet. So that's like the bulk of it. But then there's a few other things that I'm like, I have no notes here, but like, let me know, or like, you can add anything before you approve it. I don't care. So yeah, that's almost completely done. Oh, Joint Commission, they actually did want to talk to me today. So I just went in and answered a few like clarifying questions about different procedures. Just, they're making sure that things are correct and accurate, and it was actually so sweet. They were super complimentary towards me. They were like saying how they were so impressed at all the like actual assessments that were getting done on these patients, and just like me catching certain things. Like, apparently there was a gluten-free patient at some point that nursing hadn't caught it. To some degree, I don't know the details because I didn't see the exact case, but apparently I saw it and communicated it to Kitchen and everything. And they were just saying things like, thanks for being such a great dietitian and all this stuff. It was really cute and sweet. And it was really hard for me to not throw the other staff under the bus because they asked me about how I know who I need to assess. And it was really hard to not just say like the actual truth of the matter because there is a formalized process that nursing is supposed to be communicating orders to me that there's a consult request. Like there's a very specific way it's supposed to be happening, and it doesn't almost ever happen. Like I think in my last 3 weeks, I've had a grand total of 2 consults. That's not right. I've seen a lot more patients than that in the last few weeks. Like there's so many more people that should have been like consult requested. But anyway, so I kind of very vaguely kind of discussed how I screen to see, but we didn't really get into that. So like they kind of moved on to another topic before I fully answered the question, which is good because it was very high risk. I was going to end up throwing people under the bus, but it's okay. I didn't. Yeah, that was about most of what I got done today. It's, again, later than I would like. I am heading over to freaking that hospital. So whenever I get there, because we'll chat after that. I don't think I'll chat when I park there. Hopefully there's not a lot of actual work to do because it's a little bit later in the day than I would like. But my main thing is I want like these policies that kind of answer a lot of questions that are going to come up between myself and the other dietitians that I'm working on this building with. I wasn't able to access this even on the desktop computer at the work site, but I did have these printed for me by the dietary manager. So I want to make sure I have this stated somewhere in places that everyone can access, because it answers questions about like how the nutrition risk screening works, and it talks about like timelines of when we're supposed to assess people or do follow-ups, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mostly just need this to find a way to make sure everyone's aware of it. What the heck is this? Oh, this is just random paper. Yeah, that's basically it. So I guess I'll let you know if anything fun happens at the hospital, but I'm hoping it's kind of a straightforward, easy peasy day. I need to make sure to remember to take my ADHD pills with my lunch. I need to eat some lunch. I haven't touched this. Oh my God. So I need my ADHD pills, and I also need to freaking go to the pharmacy. I need to go to Walgreens and pick up a refill because I have been dilly-dallying on that, and I'm down to 1 dose left. 1 dose completely. So that's about to be taken. And I need to be able to think for, you know, forever. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go. We'll go with that. I have a minor update for you. It's actually, I'm just like smudging my glasses. It's snowing, which is like extremely rude. I'm so sick of this cold weather. It's very upsetting. My minor update, because it's not really an actual update, is actually I forgot how to be a human. Did I take my ADHD pill? Yes. If you're new here, I've had migraine my whole life, and we chat about migraine a lot, okay? This may come as no surprise since that's how I'm transitioning to this topic. My migraine symptoms are flaring up, okay? That's why I sound like an extra stupid idiot right now. The brain fog is fogging, okay? Like I am that. Yeah, I didn't really notice until like literally I started driving and I was like, ooh, I don't feel so good. So I'm sure that there were signs earlier in the day, and I don't have any actual like pain yet, but like it's so hard to describe this because it does come in kind of like phases. Migraine attacks have several different like actual like established phases with like clinical names, but there's like the prodrome. Yes, prodrome, which is like pre-symptoms or like pre-attack. And there's aura, which is like sensory disturbances that not everyone gets or like is aware of. And it doesn't always happen in that order either. And then there's the actual attack phase, which is like the peak of the symptoms that everyone thinks of when they think about migraine. And then there's the postdrome, like the fogginess coming out of the attack, or sometimes there's like elation or whatever. So I'm sure there were a lot of like prodrome symptoms going on. And I feel like in that transition, like as I'm having those early warning signs, which are usually kind of subtle, but like for me, they're usually quite obvious. Like irritability is like the first thing that is very clear when it's associated with migraine for me. Brain fog is, I think, what's been going on all day that I haven't really acknowledged. Maybe not all day. Maybe it's just been the last couple hours or so. But it's so interesting because like definitely pain can be like head pain can be a part of it. each phase, all the phases, but I feel like there's a quality to the like what I'm feeling sensory wise in my like migraine pain area that changes over time. Like it's not the pounding unilateral like one-sided pain that you think of when you think of migraine right now. It's kind of like this weird, not tense either, but it's like this discomfort, I guess. And I can just feel like pain is starting to creep in. So yeah, I took a painkiller with my ADHD pill that I did take, so thank goodness for that. So yeah, now I'm really extra super duper hoping that there's pretty straightforward work to do here, since my brain is quitting, actually. She's offline. Anyway, that's all I had to share with you. I guess I haven't given you little bookish updates other than me finishing that big chunky book, but I was listening to this audiobook earlier in the week. I blew through it because I was actually so obsessed with it. I think the author's name is Rachel Harrison. I'll have like a screenshot of the book cover that I'm talking about, but I've read a few of her books now, and the one I was listening to on audio recently, I think it's called So Thirsty. So she has, I don't know if it's a series or anything because they're all like standalones, or if it's just like her writing style, this is always kind of how it is. They're kind of like vaguely paranormal, and they're kind of horror slash thriller. Like there's thrilling and horrific aspects of them, but they're very like, for me, comforting, kind of feminist coded, and just like very relatable. And I just love it. I'm eating it up. Like there was one that was about werewolves that I listened to on audio that I was obsessed with. And I think I listened to that around Halloween time last year because it felt like seasonal, and it was just so fun. And then I own one called Cackle, which is about like, is it about witches? Yes, witches. And then this So Thirsty one's obviously like vampires. And it just like, we just love to see it. I'm just like, yes, girl, you go become a freaking monster and kill these people. Like we love to, or not necessarily kill people, but like we love to see it. So I was obsessed with that. I only did rate it 4 stars out of 5. I'll have my Goodreads linked below, but I only did 4 stars just because it wasn't like everything. Like I feel like I'm obsessed with it, but it wasn't everything. Like there were aspects of the story I would have liked to dive into a little bit deeper. Like I would have loved to spend more time with the character after the like conclusion of the book. Just I found it very interesting. But yeah, I just started this other one. I randomly went through my Libby app, which is linked to my library card where I live, and that's what I use for my audiobooks primarily. Like I also have Audible and stuff like that, but Libby, I randomly was searching through like, I think recent editions or something, and I noticed a bunch of like Kindle Unlimited-esque types of romance books were on there. I don't know how to describe this. Like they're books that I don't usually find like in a library or on this app. But I definitely would have seen in Kindle Unlimited, if you know what I'm talking about. So I noticed a few editions that were along those lines. So I went ahead and added a lot of them to like a list of ones that I want to, I have a few lists, like tags. So whenever I need to download a new one, I'll just go see like my romance tag and then see what romance books are available for me to like download. Wow, the snow's like really starting to come down. I hate that for me. Wow. But yeah, I actually had a hold put on a few of them, and one of them just came in. So again, I'll have the screenshot. I think it's called Sinners Anonymous, and it's like a mafia romance type of thing, which usually not my thing. I haven't actually read many like Kindle Unlimited-esque types of books lately, because I haven't had Kindle Unlimited for a while. But I started listening to it. I think I'm about 10% in, and I just don't know, you guys. I just don't know. Like I was so living for the freaking like vampire thing I was just into, that I'm like wanting something fun like that, but like this is very like kind of dark romance-esque. Like it's this, I'm like literally just started in the book, and since I'm a little bit foggy brain-wise, I'm probably missing things, but it's this girl that like made some sort of deal, and I don't know the details of that yet, but like there's something she's trying to like protect people where she grew up, or maybe her family or something, from like mafia influence. So she made a deal to marry like the head mafia guy, who is like 70, I think, I forget, but she's like a 21-year-old. I think there was actually a comment that she is like newly 21, so she's very young, and obviously he's not. And then there's some aspect where she had some chance encounter with that mafia guy's nephew, who's closer to her age, I presume. I don't actually know his age, but she had some sort of encounter, and like it wasn't anything elaborate or anything, but she meets him later when it's like a month before the wedding with that head mafia guy, and they didn't realize their connection. So like I'm just now seeing that encounter where like they're formally introduced. For some reason they're like not wanting to admit that they know each other. They're from the same town or something, but like they're trying to keep it vague. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm like, it's fun. I saw a couple reviews from people I follow that had pointed out like the bird puns were really upsetting and cringy to them, and I already see that. I already see it. Apparently she's like really into birds. I don't know if it's related to a job or something, but she like knows her birds, which I love that for her. I'm an animal lover, but like I love the birds. My favorite board game, oh, I should put a screenshot of this too. My fiance's a nerd, okay? So we like our nerdy little things like video games and all that. But we had a phase where we were doing a lot of board games, and we still do board games, but we own a lot of board games. My favorite one is this one called Wingspan. I call it bird game because it's so freaking fun, you guys. So it's, oh, I forget the like class of like type of board game it is, but honestly, seriously, you should totally try it. Or like maybe not it, because it's actually kind of a complicated game, but it's easy enough that I've forced his entire family and my entire family to learn how to play it because I like playing it so much. So Wingspan, it's like you have, oh, I'll have to have a couple of pictures so you can kind of see what I'm saying, because I'm not going to explain this well. I don't know why I'm trying to tell you things while I'm getting migraine symptoms, because I can't communicate right now. So like, what am I doing? But anyway, stick with me. Basically, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards, and they're all real life birds, like actual birds. It's so wonderful and fabulous. And actually all the expansions that have come out for this Wingspan game are different, like maybe not countries, but continents, and like the birds that are local to that area. So it's super duper fun. And like the actual cards is actual scientific-esque types of information about the birds. Like it has their name that they're known as, it has their scientific name, it has their actual wingspan, the name of the game, it has the types of food that they eat, they have the like environment that it like lives in, because that's pertinent to like the board structure. It's where you like place the cards, it's the environment that you're placing the bird to live in, so it kind of lines up with realistically where they live. It has some fun facts, it has like kind of their nest size and type and everything. It's super duper cute, you guys. So why am I talking about this? Oh, because I love birds. So I am a fan. We love to see it. Love birds. But the bird puns in this book are really weird already. They're already like a bit much. I'm like, girl, like, because it's in her inner monologue. She hasn't done a lot of verbal communication yet. Again, I'm literally 10% in. There's not much that's happened yet. It's a pretty long book. But yeah, there's a lot of bird stuff going on. It's very odd. Like when she's cursing in her mind, it's like not actually cursing. She's like saying like, oh, sparrow. Like it's like, girl, what are we doing? So anyway, I'm going to shut my face. I'm going to shut up. I actually don't think I'm going to bring these papers in because I'm not going to want to carry them back and forth. The only thing I really care about are these policies that are printed out. So I think what I'm going to actually do is either take pictures of them and upload them into the like Google Drive that everyone's going to be able to access, or I'll just like keep these for my records and put into the Google Drive for the things that the people already can see, the actual pertinent information from these. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to actually leave that in the car. I feel like I need to brush my hair. I feel like I'm a mess. I'm a mess, I'm a loser, I'm a hater, I'm a user? I don't know the words. Oh my gosh, speaking of nerdy things, so typically my week structure is a little bit funky because my fiance goes to it's actually a board game store, but he's playing a card game, like with a group in person. And they have these certain nights of the week where it's the style of game that he plays, which is Magic the Gathering Commander. I think there's also the name EDH, but I think that those are interchangeable. So he plays Commander Magic. I feel like I'm not saying that right. I should know how to say it. I'm just being stupid right now. Usually he goes on Wednesday evenings right after work and comes home a little bit after dinner time. He'll get like fast food on the way home. And then he also leaves around dinner time on Friday and usually comes home after I'm asleep. But lately he's not been going on Wednesdays, which is really throwing off my like meal cooking routine. It's really throwing it off because like I'm used to not having to plan a meal that we're sharing on that day, and I didn't plan well at all this week actually for meals. I just kind of went to the grocery store and guessed. So that's concerning, but I do have 2 different types of chicken, and I know I was hoping to make pad thai this week. I don't feel like I have the energy for that today, so I want to plan for that to be tomorrow, but then I'm like, what the heck am I making for dinner today? We do have some leftovers from a homemade hamburger helper, which I love. It's actually been very fun I haven't had that like meal in a while, but we made that last night. He put too many spicy things in it though, so it was hard for me to eat, but I still liked it. But yeah, between that and pad thai, I had no other plans. So I don't know what we're eating tonight. There are some leftovers of hamburger helper. I forgot what I was saying. I'll eat the leftovers happily, but he doesn't like leftovers, so. And also I don't think there's enough for both of us. So yeah, I gotta think about dinner at some point. It'd be fabulous if he went to the game store, but he's probably not going to. I need to go to work. Okay, let's see. What do we have to chat about? It took a little bit longer than I would have liked. Why am I talking like that? But that's okay, because I'm done. And it was what's happening? It was quite straightforward. I just kind of added some like random work for myself, which I didn't really need to do that, so I made myself stop doing that. The assessment patient situation was pretty good. The extra work I gave myself was updating an Excel template. I started that and now it's a total mess, but I wanted to update it so it made sense for everybody's brains and not just mine. And also I haven't perfected it yet. So I'm sure I'll be updating that tomorrow and I will show you what that looks like when I get to it. Because I do want it to be a little bit more streamlined. Yes. Okay. That was kind of it. Oh, that was loud. I'm gonna go home. I have to go to Walgreens on my way home though, so that needs to happen first. It's urgent. I was actually feeling myself think about like, oh, I could just wait till tomorrow. I don't have any pills left, Casey. 0. I need to pick it up now. So that's our next stop. Actually, Walgreens called me, funny enough, because they're like, girl, they're gonna put this back in the like whatever, because you aren't picking it up. I'm like, I know, I'm a procrastinator. I'm getting this pill for a diagnosis that is tied within my procrastination. Like, I don't understand why this is such a hassle. I could rant about that for forever though, because it's like managing ADHD takes so much executive function, which is like the main issue that you face when you have ADHD. So it's like, this is insanity. But anyway, I'm gonna go to Walgreens. I will chat with you later. I'm also not feeling that much better. I still feel some weirdness, but it's like slightly better incrementally. So hopefully the rest of the day is fine.
Bon matin. Look at this dog. So cuddly and cute. Look at her. She's so sweet. Aren't you so sweet? I thought I would sit next to her as I say hello. So today is my remote day. It's Thursday. Correct. I don't know. I feel like I have to talk quiet because she's sleepy. Anyway, I feel like I have an insurmountable amount of things to do today. You see that? Oh my goodness. You're so cute. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to give her some loves here in a second, but I feel like I have so much freaking stuff to do today, and a lot of it includes like little homework things I have going on, little work assignments. So I'm like kind of dilly-dallying, trying to decide the order of operations that I want to do. Oh, really? Do you hear my ice? It's making ice. All right. Okay, so the only thing I've completed was showering. This girl is crazy. You're crazy. But I don't know. I have like a list of different things that I need to get done for different buildings. I think priority level, if I'm organizing it by urgency, the first thing I need to do is that group home dinner observation report. I have to do some stuff for the inpatient psych near my house, the one that we did a menu thing for, and then there were some other little assignments that came up with that. There's some sort of training I need to get done in the next like week or so, but I'm sure it's like a 2-minute thing and I can do it now. I just got a text from my boss about it this morning, because because she sent me an email. Oh, that's another thing. I need to look at my freaking emails because I'm like losing the plot. I'm falling behind. I don't know. This happens to me a lot where it's just like I can't be bothered to look at my email. And I have too many email accounts, first of all. Like it's like black and white. I'm either extremely organized and on top of everything and my inbox is at 0, or it's like blowing up and I'm way behind and there's thousands of unread stuff and I have no idea what's going on. We're in the I have no idea what's going on phase right now. So I need to go through at least my work emails today too, or at least like between today and tomorrow, because I have a few emails that I should address. The other ones aren't urgent. There is one that I would like to get done today, but it could potentially be pushed off till tomorrow because the urgency I'm feeling around it kind of surrounds like making sure other dietitians I'm sharing the hospital with know what's going on, but I'm still going to that hospital tomorrow, so it's not as urgent, but we'll see what comes up. But I also have a bunch of stuff to do like home-wise. Like I feel like I'm always doing laundry in these videos, but I'm doing a load of laundry. I need to pack this girl's bag because we're about to go. Well, I also need to pack my bag, but her bag is easier, so I want to do it first. I need to pack her bag for my trip. She has to stay here with the family here, but she's been there a few times, so she'll have a good time. So I need to pack her stuff. I need to pack my stuff. There were more things on my list, but now I'm forgetting them. But that already feels a bit overwhelming. Yeah. And I just want to sit here and cuddle her and give her pets and loves because look at this. Look at this baby. Okay, so I think first things first, what was my first? The group home notes. That was the first thing. Okay, I'm like hungry already. What time is it? Oh my God, I'm just having a hungry day. I had breakfast already, but it's only 10. I usually eat lunch obviously around like noon to 1. Honestly, I usually end up having lunch late because I forget that it's lunchtime, but I'm like already hungry. I had my regular breakfast, like my Greek yogurt, my homemade muffins, all that. Okay, I said plural, but like one muffin, obviously. But I'm like hungry. And maybe it's just my brain looking for stimulation or something. I've only had my one normal cup of coffee, so gotta think about what I should do. I don't know. It's kind of like a hazy, gloomy day, and maybe that's bringing the energy down a little bit. I don't have any migraine symptoms other than the low energy. My migraine situation did resolve yesterday after a while. But yeah, the energy's low, the appetite is high, so I need to figure out what to do about that. The motivation's so low, you guys. Oh my God. Okay, I don't know. Okay, wait, let me think. So last week, I shared with you what it looked like when like my group home dinner observation report was done. I'll give you a little glimpse of that again, but essentially I basically copy my last visit with this building and then I just update whatever needs updating. And then I have 2 separate documents I send along. One of them is the actual full assessment notes for each of the residents in the home, which kind of gives, you'll see the template later, but it gives like a recap of like their most current height and weight, what their diet order prescription is, like if they've had any significant changes with like labs or medications or something like that. There's a blurb about my observations while they were eating, like safety wise, if they had any choking or swallowing risks situations, like if I saw anything happening, if their speed was way too high or something like that, if they were using utensils appropriately, like that kind of thing. And then I also have like a separate assessment note, which kind of reviews in a more like clinical lens their nutrition status, and then like kind of recaps if I had any like education that I reinforced with them, because I've at this point given education to all of them. That's not always the case with all of the homes, but these people that live in this home are always very communicative with me and like ask questions and stuff like that. So I will have quite a bit to type, I think, because I had a lot of one-on-one conversations on Monday. And then my second document, other than the like full assessment notes, oh my God, do you see this dog? She is crazy. Wait, I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you something. Look at her derpy teeth. Look at the teethers. Huskies are so beautiful and like regal looking, but they're also like complete derps when you realize like their derpy little mouths. Like I feel like looking at a husky head on, you just see derp. Yeah, I'm talking about you being derpy, silly goose. Okay, back to it. The second document is kind of just like a general recap that quickly summarizes any new recommendations or observations I had with any of the residents. It kind of has like a sanitation inspection review, because I always look at the kitchen and stuff, and like there's a little check mark system of like if they're meeting certain criteria or not. Again, you'll see this in a minute, but that's what I'm gonna work on first. I'm gonna really try to focus, rein it in one thing at a time. I'm feeling like my brain not wanting to be focused today. And it's really gonna be an uphill battle. It's really gonna be tough. I don't know. So yeah, I have like no desire to actually be productive today. It's really gonna be tough. But okay, we're gonna just go. We're gonna go. Before I go, I just wanted to show you that. Like, what the heck is she doing? You are the funniest little thing. You're the funniest. Yeah. Look at her little T-Rex arms. Recording? Yeah, we're recording. Okay, mini update. I have my emotional support hoodie on because I'm a little chilly. I also put on some fuzzy socks. I don't know why I'm so cold. I turned the heat up a little bit too. And sorry for the background noise, I got the dishes running. The update is I have now gone through and updated my previous notes, like copied and pasted it and added some notes. I need to like actually go through it and make it all make sense, because right now it's gibberish. But I am relieved because and get rid of all this trash, because I have taken stuff from it. Let me find something that doesn't have patient information on it. Like here on my sanitation inspection log, like I've written down all of this on the electronic copy, and there's a ton of notes on all of these pages from the patient assessments and like recommendations and stuff based on the conversations I had. So these are all now done, so I can get rid of them. I also have this sheet, which I will not show you because it is just something the staff gave me that has a record of all of their like monthly weights recently, because that's one thing I didn't write down on my notes. Usually I will, because I kind of just get the most recent 1 or 2 months. So I'll just like write it on my paper. But this home got me a lot more information, which is appreciated for sure. So I'm gonna now go back and go through each of them. Why is my thing buzzing? Oh, because it wants me to stand up. I'm gonna go back through them and first of all kind of like actually make my assessments make sense, because right now it's just like the note from last time and then some random gibberish that I observed or whatever I talked about them with underneath it. So I need to like combine it and like actually make it coherent. And also as I go through each of them, I'm going to add in the weight information and like calculate their current BMI, if they've had weight changes, kind of how that's impacting everything. Even though I kind of already know from the visit and talking to them and talking with staff and everything, I kind of already know what's going on, but this will be a good little refresher to actually have the actual data and everything. So it was a little bit actually quite clunky to get this put together, because for some reason I was so confused when I was at the home, because what the heck? My phone won't stop buzzing. So I guess watch, technically. What was I about to say? Whenever there is a new move-in or I'm doing a full assessment for whatever reason, I actually have like a bonus extra document, because I already described how I have like the assessment document and then like the summary document. Are we on the same page so far? So so the assessment document, I could change this in the future, but this is just how I did it in previous visits. It doesn't need to stay this way. I'm actually seeing that that's kind of silly that I'm doing it that way. But in the past, I've had like one document for all of the follow-up assessments, and then any full assessments is its own document. So part of the hang up is like there were 2 new move-ins at my last visit to this home. So I had 2 separate documents that I had to like copy over, but then also update it to the correct template because they're slightly different. So that took a little bit of time. It wasn't crazy. But then I noticed when I was at the home and visiting that I was missing one person's entire assessment thing. And I'm like, did I just forget to print that page? Like, what's going on? This is weird, because I did know about them. Like, they were on my report summary list and everything, but I couldn't find it. And then I've been looking back in my files and it's not in there either. And then I realized it's because they're also a recent move-in. So that's why it went missing. At some point I didn't carry it over to the follow-up thing. It was just weird because, okay, I assessed them in August of last year. That's about when they moved in. And then my next visit to assess everybody was in October because we had 2 new move-ins. So then I followed up with everybody, I thought. Turns out I didn't follow up with everybody, which it's not the end of the world, but anyway, for that second visit in a short period of time, I didn't carry that person's note over like I usually would. So they did not get put on my most recent copy. So I also had to go back and like find their full assessment note and then carry it over and reformat it to be the follow-up template. Are we like on the same page at all? I don't know if this is making any sense. So that was a little bit goofy. Yeah. Now I just gotta go and do this part. It's going well. It's taking a long time, but I did make a little iced coffee, a little iced hazelnut? I forget. I've told you before, I had little K-cups that I wasn't using, but I'm trying to use them because I forgot that it's hazelnut, and my fiance, who I was going to make drink them, is allergic to nuts. So oopsies, forgot it was hazelnut. So anyway, it's all mine now, and I'm actually enjoying it, and it's making my brain a little bit happier, just a little bit. So yeah, okay, I'll check in later. Okay, first of all, look at this dog. She wants my lunch so bad, but she doesn't realize that I'm actually not even eating my lunch anymore. I've been done for a while. So anywho, let's chit chat. I finished up those reports, the like summary and everything, and sent it along. And I'm very relieved that it's now out of my hands. Thank goodness gracious. And then I heated up some leftover hamburger helper. I guess technically maybe she's still begging because the bowl's not empty, and she might know that somehow, I don't know. And I went to my next task, which was kind of in 2 parts. So I mentioned earlier, there was like these assigned trainings for the building that my boss had texted me about. So I went through and I did those. They were very easy, straightforward. I kind of breezed through it, which is funny because it's technically like these videos that you're supposed to watch and then there's quizzes, but it lets you take the quiz without confirming you've watched the whole video, and the quizzes were easy. So I was like, so I did it a little quickly, but that's fine. We're saving time. And then I had to like download the certificates of completion for those courses to just like keep on file and everything. So I sent that along, and I did the thing with the menu. So this was a handout from somebody that was on site with me last time I was visiting, and the highlighted things are just like vegetables. I don't really know why they're highlighted, but she had a bunch of notes and questions and all this. So I went to my digital copy and updated it to reflect this with her suggested changes to it, which weren't like extravagant. There weren't many changes she had like proposed, but that's fine. And then I sent that along, and I think now we're done with that building. I'm considering checking the census because I have a shorter day, like a time span that I'm able to be working tomorrow, because I need to be home in time to get my flight. So I'm considering checking in remotely. Let me check my like work list, okay? So, oh my God, I forgot how to hold things. Food service, Bowen, blah, 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 blah. Work list. I'm trying to think of how I could show you what I'm looking at right now. Why is it so spread out? I don't know. Okay, so I'll show you this, but I'm gonna cover up all of the patient names, right? So here I have like, those are the room numbers on the very right, and then that list, like that column that you're able to actually see are the due dates of when the next like assessment is due. So I have it set up so that it highlights in red if anything is due within the next couple of days. And it looks like only one thing is gonna be due tomorrow. And I'm looking, it's a low risk because that's 7 that you can see now. That means that I last assessed them a week before that date, and they are at low nutrition risk, which means they possibly could be discharged since the length of stay is usually not very long. So I could check the census, see if they're still there, but honestly, if that's like the only change, that's no biggie. I don't know, what should I do? What do you think I should do? I'll check it. I'll check it and I'll let you know. Okay, so I went and I updated it. I just checked their census, and a few of the people that I was planning on assessing have discharged, and there are, I think, 3 new people. I'm looking where it has the number 3 here in this first column. You can see hello. Oh, I guess the obvious answer would be that one that's highlighted is the one I was already planning on following up with tomorrow.
But then there are 3 new admissions that are technically due the day after tomorrow. So honestly, not bad. I think I will go ahead and leave this until tomorrow to see what the heck is going on, because it's possible things change and people have left or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I finished up this task. I'm gonna go ahead and log my hours, and then I just heard my laundry finished, so I think I'm gonna go put that away, maybe walk the dog. You know, I could put the camera back on me. Yeah, I think I'll put the laundry away, walk the dog, and then see what I have to do next. Because now I've hit the point where I've gotten all the remote stuff done today that I wanted to get done today. So that feels good. That was like the stuff that was not urgent, but like I hoped to happen this day. There are more things I could potentially be working on, but not as concerned about those. They can be done tomorrow or later on. It'll be fine. So I think after I'm done walking and all that, I'll do some stuff at home, prepping for my trip and all of that probably. And then if I do come back and work at all anymore, I will come and let you know how that goes. And potentially see you tomorrow. If you don't hear from me again, I will be here tomorrow. Okay, I don't know. Or we'll talk again later, I don't know. Salut. It's Friday morning. This like silk shirt is like all over the place. Oh my god, I didn't do an outfit check-in. We'll do one later, maybe. Probably not. I'm gonna forget, for sure. I wonder how much you can see right now. Maybe I'll show you. Okay, I can see what you can see. So, I've got these pantaloons. They're striped, they're long, and I'm just wearing black slides. And I have an outer layer of this white cardigan. There you go. You get your outfit check-in. Okay, I don't want to see that anymore. Okay, so today I have 2 buildings to go to, and I have to be home early because I've got a flight to catch, okay? So, I'm meeting someone at the place I'm at right now. This is the l'hôpital. I don't know what's wrong. Well, I do know what's wrong with me, but I don't know why I'm acting like a goofy goober. I met with this dietitian Monday? Yes. And then I came here by myself on Wednesday. I'm just realizing I'm in an employee parking lot and I'm seeing some cars have little tags on their thing, but I've never been offered one. So I hope my car's fine. Not all the cars have it, so I think I'm in the clear, but that's interesting. What was I saying? Oh, okay, so we're training a new dietitian here. I actually just got a text this morning updating from my boss kind of what the game plan for this building is, which was such a relief because no one ever knows what's going on. So it was very good to get some clarification. So I think long term, I'm not going to be visiting this hospital anymore. I'm going to be like a backup, like PRN, which is totally fine. Because I like this hospital and I'm liking the staff and I'm liking this workflow, and I'm gonna like it a whole lot more when they get a new charting system, because I hate their charting system, but they are getting a new one shortly. But just with the way my schedule is right now, I do not have time to be doing this plus my other responsibilities. I forget if I already ranted about that in this week, so I won't like hash it out for sure. But yeah. My brain's not working. My brain's never working. Are we surprised? So yeah, I got some clarification. I'm not going to be here all the time, but that's totally fine. The person that was being onboarded and trained on Monday should have all of her stuff in, because they were just waiting for like results of her TB test, which she was getting read the next day on Tuesday. And I saw that like her name badge and stuff I need to get my name badge out. Her name badge and stuff was getting printed out, and there was all the paperwork that I remember signing. So I think she's all set up officially, hopefully, and that like she has login access and everything. I'm really hoping so. I'm also gonna bring in my laptop today. I don't usually, oh my god, my dog was in the car this morning and she's really shedding right now. So there's fur everywhere. I don't usually bring my laptop in, but I'm just trying to think realistically the best way to tag team the workload, because there's only one computer in the office, and I'm sure that I can access what I need to on a different computer in the building, but that just seems tedious, and I'm not going to be able probably to see everything that I need to on my laptop, but I think I can still help I don't know. But I also wanted to make sure that I'm actually doing something with the policy situation. Like, I want everyone to kind of know what the policies are. So I'm bringing that in as well. And I'm gonna bring in my coffee. And then I have possibly a stop at my inpatient psych. I checked in yesterday and there were 3 new admissions. So I do need to go there after here, which means I need to leave here at a decent time. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for now. That's it for now. Hello, howdy. I do not have much time. I must go. But that was a very productive, wonderful day. I was with a new dietitian that I trained last time. She had access to everything today, so she was able to do all of her sign-in stuff, and we were able to go through everything, and she entered all of the assessments and led the patient interviews, and I just kind of like made sure everything was going well and made sure like to answer any of your questions along the way. And yeah, it took a while just because of the nature of what that means, but it was good. So it is currently a little after 2. I have to leave my house by 4 for a flight, and I have to go to another building. So I think I'm literally gonna walk in, be like, are any of these people in dire need of education? And then I'm gonna walk out basically. So yeah, and I'll do all of my actual assessments remotely later on today, maybe at the airport or something like that. That's kind of the plan, just because currently I have roughly an hour left of driving. So if I stopped and did nothing at all, I would be getting home around 3. So that does not give me much time. So yeah, that's the plan. Those are the vibes. I will chat with you later. I'm not gonna put you down because I feel like that's gonna make me want to talk longer. I went in and I asked the nurse that was closest to me, should I talk to anyone? And I was hoping the answer would be, no, they're all fine. The answer was actually like, yes, we have this person, that person, and this person that need these things. And I was like, shoot, okay. And anyway, it was fine. I chatted with one of the 3 and it was very quick. She didn't really want to talk to me. She was sleepy, and that was fine. And I think I actually knew her already. I haven't confirmed that yet. And then I talked to another, well, I tried to talk to another one. She was asleep. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But then the other one, it was like disordered eating related. She's anorexic, like actively struggling with anorexia. And she actually had a lot of like motivation for change and everything, and like was able to discuss some of the risks and the reasons she doesn't want to keep going down this path, and like seemed like she understood kind of the direction that she should be going versus the direction she has been going. And I do need to get some education printouts available for her, but I didn't have time to do that. So I'm going to send it to like the nursing staff here today. And yeah, we chatted for a little bit, but that took a little bit of time, of course. So I have to chat at like the airport or something like that. So I gotta go home. I gotta go. I have like no time.